Jesse Graves with The Athletic. Bruce, how close did you think your team got to playing at their best in this series?
Well, we started with 2 road wins, so listen, coaches always want to get to another level, but obviously it was good enough to win 2 hockey games. I think if you look at the whole series, the margins were slim. Game 3, we didn't like our game. We've acknowledged that. After that, we lost some games, I thought. It was a game up in our building, Game 4. They scored a goal from the goal line off our goalie's head like that. It's probably the only goal in his life he's going to score like that. So there's a bit of a puck luck, and one went off Delandria's shoulder. Today, the winning goal goes off our defenseman's shin pad top shelf. So we got to our game at times, and so did they. I don't think either team could sit here and say they were dominated the series. They're truly at the best the whole time. I thought certainly in Game 6 was our best game. I would hope that would bleed into today, and it didn't enough. And then second period we got going. So, it wasn't enough, but here we are in Game 7 with a 1-goal differential in the third period. So I'm not going to sit here and criticize our guys all night. It's a tough team we're playing against. Not a lot of room out there. So I don't think you saw either team truly get hit its max, but some of that has to go to credit to the opposition.
I'm assuming as this time goes on, it may change, but what's your kind of immediate reaction to a season trying to defend a title?
Well, there's some obvious difficulties and obviously some positives. We came out of the gate really well. Our full team was together. And then the adversity kind of kicked in with, we had 9 guys have surgery this year. 9 guys. I mean, your roster's only, 23? 9 players. And 2 of them internal surgeries, so you never know how those are going to play out. Some other ones are a little more defined, but I give our guys a lot of credit. They played through a lot of injury and trying to find chemistry with guys in and out. So I think it took its toll eventually. Some of those surgeries are obviously correcting a problem, but it takes a while to get back up to speed. And I think that would be the unfortunate part is they came and we did get healthy enough for the playoffs. So that was the positive, and now you're trying to get a team up to speed in a hurry. So obviously I didn't do a good enough job of that. But, I mean, that's a lot of surgeries in 1 year for guys to overcome and to find your game. And if we could have built it a little bit better in March and April, maybe it's a little smoother in the playoff round, but that's the hand you're dealt. And we needed to be 1 goal better at the end of the day. That's it. We need to be 1 goal better, and we weren't tonight. And I think a couple of our players will probably not sleep tonight because if you look at what transpired in the game, we hit a post, they come down and score 10 seconds later. We miss an open net at the end of the second, and they score the first shift of the third. And it's hey, they played well, but it's a fortunate bounce off our guys. So you're like, it's a little bit of hockey sometimes when 2 close teams played. And full credit to Dallas. I wish them all the best going forward. It was a hard series. I wish we could have got that break, but it didn't happen. They may be saying that about us last year. So at the end of the day, here we are.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Regional. Bruce, when you look at just how tight checking of a series this was, and we talked about the margins of error, just when you look at it from the totality of Aiden and Logan, what they were able to do in this series, just how pleased are you with them? How pleased was the group with what they were able to do in this series to keep you guys in it through 7 games?
Yeah, listen, we got good goaltending, so did they. So it wasn't one-sided. We got great goaltending last year in the playoffs. Guy got hurt, Laurent, and in came Haley. So you need that. You're not going anywhere without it. Happy for those 2 guys. They did their job. Again, we could have used, I could sit here and say, well, this guy didn't score for us. That could be the difference. Well, you go through Dallas's roster, there's some high offensive talent didn't score either. So that was the makeup of the series. And someone had to, sort of chip in and secondary support. And we had our guys do it at times. And they had a guy didn't even play the other game on their 4th line score. And we had some of that last year. We came in here with big goals right out of the gate with Carrier and Colasar, right, if you remember. So sometimes that's what it comes down in the playoffs. And they got the big goal from their guy. And I think a lot of the top guys, maybe with the exception of Jack and Johnson, kind of neutralized each other. And that's where you need goaltending, and both sides got it. So good for Aiden and Logan. They did their job. Give us every chance to win, and we need to find another goal for Aiden tonight.
does the 9 include Hurdle even?
Yeah,
And then how
he's in there. I mean, we traded for him, but he had it, so he's
Okay.
he's in our roster. He's playing. He has to come off of that surgery and find his game in what was it, early April? So, absolutely includes him.
Just get how difficult was it, at least on 5-on-5, with Stone coming back from injury, Hurdle coming back and joining a new team, like those
Well, only
factors?
they can answer truly. But I mean, for a coach, you're always searching hurdles. That we have strength down the middle and 4 centers. We add to that, which is a great thing. So does Hurdle play center? Do we push someone to the wing? So again, that's on me to find the chemistry quickly. And I thought they had some good shifts. I think when Thomas went up with Jack, that moved Barbie out of there. So he's got to find chemistry. But that's how we did it. And at times it looked good. Other times we need to generate more. And some of that, again, is a good defensive team. So would have liked to add more time, obviously, but that doesn't matter, right? So we just got to make it work. And in terms of how the coaching piece goes, you've got to find the guys that are complementing one another in a short period of time. And we were, again, 1 goal short on that, so that's part of it. The individuals coming back, only they can answer how easy they can get back into the flow of things. And like I said, some of those injuries were different, but credit to them. I got very proud of the group. Great resiliency. As we said last year, it hurts to win, and it was, it does hurt to win, and we showed that, just not quite. We're 1 goal away from accomplishing that.
How hindered was Carlson, and how much did that kind of
Lower body injury? I'm not going to get into specifics, but he was not 100%. I can say that. You could see that, and you could see it with face-off situations. So we tried to get Carly as much as ice time as he could handle. He's never going to complain. Great guy, great player. Listen, every team in this league is at this time of the year is going to have a player like 2 in their lineup. So I thought he gave us everything he had, and that was it with Carly.
Time for one final question, guys. Coach, is it accurate that these teams are really 1 goal apart? Is it just that simple?
Well, I think that's the story, and it's pretty telling, right? As I said, I don't think there was domination. I'll go to game 3, and I thought at home in game 6 early on, we were, had a little bit of that. We just didn't score. They did in game 3 at home. So other than that, back and forth hockey, tight checking. Someone has to make a play. Timely save, timely goal to win every game. They got it tonight. As I said, that 3rd period goal. We obviously expect to push through and be able to generate some offense from there, just like they did when they were behind. If you saw, that's winning hockey. 2 teams that had the lead. You look around the league, didn't always happen that way this year. Both teams, when they had the lead, they put the game away. And that's a credit to the guys in the room playing the right way. Foundation built into the team. So it's not that easy to come back. Obviously, we had a couple of looks in the 3rd, not a lot. We had to be opportunistic with them. And, we didn't get it. Our power play didn't execute at a high enough level to give us some juice either. And that's probably where I'll look at the 3rd period. At least it would have been a good opportunity to bring some offense, but we never really got going on it. Probably got outworked by their PK, which is rule number 1. You have to outwork them. And again, offensive execution, I think, would have been the story for the losing team today, no matter what. I think if you look at it, that maybe make a few more plays. If we had a 1-2, 2-1, they probably would have said that. We need to make a few more plays. Well, that's what we need to do tonight, and they were there and just unfortunately didn't finish.